Well, the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally for 2025, the 85th anniversary, is over. My favorite time of the year is past now. Now I have to wait all year for the next one. But anyways, since I'm home now, I just came out to the park, just taking a kind of reflect a little bit and think about the memories I had and the experience I've had going out there. Started out, first I went to Wall and camped there for a couple nights, and of course riding into the Badlands. And then, of course on the way out there, it was over 100 degrees heat. Triple digits we hit, oh man, for a few days there. And man, that was really, really hot. And I wish it wasn't quite that hot. But anyways, I survived that. Of course, then I went over to Sturgis. And then, what were those? Oh yeah, I think we had a lot of rain for a few days, cloudy and stuff. But yeah, oh wow. And of course, a new thing I started doing on my channel this year to try out was live streaming, on the bike, riding around. Using Starlink that I have mounted to the tour pack of my bike, and the Starlink itself, it performed really well. I was really impressed. That actually exceeded my expectations. I'm really impressed with Starlink. That was really something else. Of course, my camera situation, that was a huge struggle. When I had practiced everything, tested everything out before I left on the trip. Put that over here, I think, and move that out of the way. And everything was working just fine. The audio was good, the video was good. Well, the audio, is you're on a motorcycle. Engine noise and wind noise is a fact of life. That's just how it is. You can just make the audio work as best as you can. And that's what I did. And when I left, everything was working just fine. The cameras and everything. Well, of course, after a few days, not long before the rally, I started having audio issues. No audio, no sound, and could hardly hear me, things like that. And then also the camera connecting up, keeping connected into the network. That was an issue that started happening. And then the power cord that plugs into my power bank that powers the Starlink, that plug went bad, and I wasn't even able to power up the Starlink, and I couldn't even live stream. And that was during the first Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and also Monday. But not being able to live stream during those days, when the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally was strongest in the algorithm. Yeah, because those days really are the strongest. Right at the beginning there, the first 3 days especially, and it still remains strong for the rest of the week. But those are the prime time. On the weekend, I really wanted to be live streaming during those days, and here I wasn't able to even power up my Starlink. I couldn't do anything, and of course that was I believe that was a really big setback for the channel. I believe I'm really happy for the people who did subscribe and found me and enjoyed my videos and watched. I thank you so much. But of course, missing those prime days, I think it was a big setback. I think it would have been performed way better. My expectations were higher than what happened, and I think it would have been close to if I would have been able to utilize those days. I think it would have been, of course, it would have been better. But anyways, I'm happy with what I did achieve. I gained over 600 subscribers. That was good. Thank you so much for that. And a lot of good people commenting, and I really thank the people who commented that they watching, you know, like my live streams, they said that it felt like they were there, and that's what I was attempting to do, you know. To bring a part of the rally that, you know, I don't think anyone else was doing, you know, on the bike live. I don't think anyone else was doing that this year at all, and I'm not even sure about past years either. But anyways, I'm really thankful for that for the people who did enjoy it. And of course, another first for me, I have never been to the Full Throttle Saloon in all my years of going to the rally, and this year was my very first time going there. I had been watching Bob and Tam's Excellent Adventures. You know, during they get there really early, like 6 weeks early, and they post updates and, you know, breaking news and stuff like that. Yeah, of the rally, and also they did a lot of updates on what was going on at the Full Throttle, and I was watching that, and I really like. I got the wind just coming up now. Oh, maybe I'm gonna have to move. But anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, a little bit about the Full Throttle. I really watched how they were developing the Full Throttle. You know, how they were getting it ready, and I really like the direction that they're going with it. And I saw that Hank Williams Jr. was going to be performing, and I had never seen him perform before. So I got tickets for that night, and went to the Full Throttle for the very first time and got to see Hank Williams Jr. for the first time as well. So I'm really happy about that. That was a really good memory. So glad I was there. Really good experience, and I'm really looking, going to keep a really close eye on the Full Throttle from now on to see what they're going to do, because obviously they're stepping up their game. I'm really happy to see that, you know, kind of give you know, bigger competition to the Buffalo chip, to make maybe they'll you know, that's really something else. And of course the Buffalo chip is still good. I went there several times, for a few times, and of course it's loud there. They brought in good talent. Like I saw Nickelback the very first time, and Jason Aldean really for the very first time. I'm really glad about that. And yeah, they brought in pretty good entertainment too. And so looking, I'm definitely going to be probably going to end up splitting my time, you know, as far as concerts, between the Buffalo Chip and Full Throttle. You know, just see what, depending on what they bring in, who they bring in as for bands and stuff. But yeah, I'm really glad the Full Throttle is stepping up their game. And also, you know, going back to the future of the channel and the kind of like the history of the channel. You know, what I've been doing is, you know, just the side thing. You know, when I go on a vacation or something, I take a trip and, you know, vlog it. And, you know, I have in my mind how I want to do the channel, and, you know, making videos and stuff. But I'm not able to do it the way I want to because, you know, I have a job. I don't have the time to be able to commit to do it. You know, for traveling, you know, it takes time. You have to, like, you know, be away, and we're not able to be away. And you know, I'm not able to do it the way I want to. You know, the only way I can is by, you know, quitting my job so I can focus entirely on making content and, you know, doing trips, and, you know, free up time. And, you know, but, you know, it's hard to make that commitment when the channel is not bringing in enough income, you know, for to replace what you're letting go of. You know, it's kind of like, you know, like Tarzan swinging through the jungle, you know, the vines or a rope or something, and you get to, you swing one way and there's another vine he grabs, and then he lets go and then go. And but when you're you want to let go of the vine, but the other vine is not yet there to grab. You know, you have to let go and basically hope it after you let go, hopefully it shows up. You're able to grab it before you go, you know, down. You know what I mean? Oh man. See, that's what I would like to do, you know, so I can, you know, do it the way I would like to. And of course, I have those other channels too. I have my personal channel, and there's also 2 other channels, Riding and Driving and Riding and Driving 2. I'd have time to develop those 2 and hopefully get them monetized eventually. If I had the time to, I'd be able to do all 4 channels with regular content, you know. But, you know, I'm working all the time. I barely have time for one. Hardly any time. You know, next year, 2026, is my 10-year anniversary of my channel, of my YouTube channel. Wow, that's something else. And you know, the very first year when I started it, I took 5 trips, and then 5 years later, for my 5-year anniversary, I took the same trips. You know, and next year, being my 10-year anniversary, I want to take those same 5 trips, you know, every 5 years, just for as anniversary trips. You know, I would like to do that. And if I wasn't restricted, you know, by my not having enough time, it'd be nice to have more time to be able to do each trip, you know, instead of try to squeeze in just a short amount of time, just a few days or a few weeks. And of course, then there's also my Sturgis trip I need to do, definitely. that's happening no matter what. But yeah, it's one thing knowing what to do, wanting to do it, and actually following through in doing it. You know, having the confidence to do it. You know, letting go of security to reach for something that's not quite there yet. But I mean, if I did, would the channel grow enough before I run out of money? Because I would be able to last a while with what I would have, but yeah. So, anyways, yeah. What else is there I want to say here? Let me think just for a moment. Oh yeah, as far as making that decision, I would have to make it pretty soon because you know, during this, I would have to make reservations for that trip, those trips. You know, like this winter. I don't want to do it too late because I want to have. I would want to get my places all set up where I'd be staying, and I would need to know how long for each place, for each trip that I'd be staying at. So you know, it's something I have to decide actually pretty soon, you know, because we're mid-August right now, and fall is coming upon pretty quick, and then winter will be here, and when I'll want to make my start making reservations and planning for where I'm going to be for each trip, and hopefully I'll be able to do all 5 trips. And also Sturgis. So that'd be 6 total, actually. Okay, yeah. All right, what else am I gonna have to say? Oh yeah, I forgot. I also made another attempt at Instagram. I have an Instagram page account, and I put a link from my YouTube channel to it, and going into the rally, I fully intended to regularly, you know, post pictures and you know, stuff like that. And I just I posted some, but I just never. I guess I'm not good at Instagram. I guess I don't know what it is. For some reason, I just didn't think of it until later, when it was I felt like it was too late. I don't know. I guess I'm not good at Instagram. So of course I'm gonna keep the account. I've had it for several years. You know, the Let's Go Traveling 01 01. Let's Go Traveling 01. Yeah, but I made that attempt before, and for some reason I'm just not good at posting content on Instagram. I just don't think of it. I think of making videos, and then that's it. I don't think of taking like pictures or doing anything like that for short content or stuff. I'm just I guess I'm a long form content guy. But anyways, of course I'll keep that, and I'll probably post once in a while. I don't know, but anyways, that's another thing that I should mention, because that was another thing that I wanted to do more often, and I just didn't think of it. But at least the attempt was there. But, okay, now let me think. Is there something else? Oh yeah, on my way home yesterday, I left Sunday morning, and of course I'm off Monday today. And after I left, as I was riding home, I had regrets about leaving Monday or Sunday morning. I was thinking to myself, I could have gone down and ride, like Needles Highway and Iron Mountain Road, the opposite direction that I usually did, like I usually do. I could have done that, yesterday, but instead I was riding home, and I kind of regretted leaving then, because I could have left, come home today. I left this morning, and but both days were good riding weather, so weather was not an issue at all. Yeah, so yeah, I could have done that. That's the one thing I regret. Okay, so man, yeah, I should have done that, I guess. But anyways, that's one thing. Yeah, one of the reasons why I came back on Sunday. It's nice to have one day off before going back to work. Especially after I've been riding all day, getting home. Just right before dark. I got home just a little bit before 9 o'clock. I think it was like, what was it, 10 to 9? And I had left, that's Central Time, and I had left about 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time. That's 9:30 Central Time, so basically a little over 12 hours. That's including all stops and everything. And I ate at in Pier for, that was like almost an hour right there, I think. Something like that, but that's totally travel time and stops, filling up on gas. So, and it's kind of hard to do that, and then have to go back to work the very next day. Just nice to have one day off. So that's what was a motivation to leave. But now I regret it. I should have done it. I would have survived. I mean, I can go to work tired. That's all right. Done that many times. So, yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh well. There's nothing I can do about it now. Okay, this is the next day. I'm editing this video, and there's one more thing that I forgot to mention that I wanted to. I just happened to remember while I'm editing this video. So I'm going to throw, because I can record it, and then I'll insert this clip into there, and then go back to what I had filmed yesterday. And I was talking about, tenting. One of the things I wanted about tenting. I love riding to the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. The ride itself doesn't bother me. I love it. But it's the tenting that's really starting to been growing on me the last few years. Actually, for several years. I just sometimes I mention it, sometimes I don't. But yeah, the wind and rain, especially the wind. The rain, the tent handles okay, it's just fine, but the wind is just, when you had combined the two of them, or even just the wind alone, the tents really don't stand up very well to it for the most part. It's always something that's on my mind, even when I'm not at camp. I'm like off riding, and there could be like a severe thunderstorm going on back at my campsite, tearing everything to pieces. It's always on my mind, and really getting tired of that. That's really growing on me. But I wanted to keep riding to the rally, but how can I do that? I could get a trailer. I have nothing against it. I mean, someday I'll probably do it eventually. Like, it might be coming close to it now, but as of now, I still do plan on riding and, I suppose, tenting. The only way I could change it, I suppose, like if I had somebody else drive the van out there. But I don't know. But yeah, that's the one thing how I could. I don't want to stay in motels or do the cabin things. I want to do the camping. That would be in the campground. That's what I like. I really don't want to, for the rally, I don't want to do motels. So that's either I'm gonna get a trailer and a trailer out there, or have someone else drive the vehicle, like the van. And then that means that somebody else, that's the problem. Who would that be? It's not going to be a guy. It would not be a guy, because I'm not going to have a guy ride with me on the bike. That's not going to happen. But it does have to be a friend or someone, or yeah, I don't know. But anyways, that's just one thing I wanted to mention. But as far as I know, I'm still going to just keep on riding to the rally for now, as of right now. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Oh yeah, I should say, one option is there's really not enough room in the van that I got here for 2 people to sleep in it. So what if I could use like the van as a wind block? Because I know which direction the wind normally comes from, like 90% of the time. If I could just eliminate that, I could set the tent up in a place where the van is a wind block, and that would help a lot. Yeah, that would be a work too, so we wouldn't have to sleep together, So it could be just someone who's a friend, Okay, so all right, now let's take and go back into the regular video. Well, I guess I've been sitting here thinking, and I think I should probably just wrap this video up. And so I'm back from the Sturgis motorcycle rally, and now, oh yeah, when I'm on my trips, like to the rally, and any trip, I don't, I very rarely watch any YouTube videos at all, or I don't even go to news sites or nothing. I'm sure really nothing what's going on in the world except for what's immediately around me. I'm not watching YouTube videos. I'm not going to hear anything about the news, which is a good thing. To do that once in a while. But yeah, so all right, now I think that should about wrap it up. Yeah. Okay, so now I have to get back into my normal routine. I got to go back to work tomorrow. Not looking forward to it. But anyways, all right. So I don't know when the next video is going to be, when the next trip is going to be. I'm gonna have to play it by ear, like I've always had to do in the past. And hopefully I'll be able to make a decision soon on what I'm going to do for 2026. If I do make the big decision, it's 2026 would be epic. That would be an awesome year if I have the courage to do it. But if not, it'll just be what it always has been. And so I'm really glad where I'm at right now. I cracked 3,000 subscribers. Took me 9 years to do it. But yeah, okay. All right, well, this is it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next videos.